Hello, my beautiful Cancer friends, and welcome to Gift of Astrogab. Thank you for joining me for this April 2021 astrology dialogue here. This month is looking really auspicious for you guys. There's a lot of help in the section of career for you guys. Um, there are a lot of 10th house aspects here, and a lot of them are very good. And that's for you in your place of not just career, but higher goals and aspirations. So, with that said, let's get into your April 2021 forecast for the month. Starting April the 2nd, Mercury, the planet of communication, is moving into Pisces in your ninth house, and it's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your seventh. What does this mean? This is talking to communication in your house of higher beliefs and expansion. And what are you expanding upon? What are the ingredients on this table? Because a sextile puts those puzzle pieces on the table and allows you to easily see the pattern and put it together. So here it's aspecting your seventh house, aspecting the planet Pluto in your seventh house in Capricorn. So here you can be having deep communications regarding your beliefs on relationship matters. Um, Pluto is seeking also to not just dig deep, but transform you through this communication of the higher beliefs. And this communication is colored by Pisces, the ninth house for you. And that's looking, you like to do it in a dreamy way. You like to do it in a softer way. And your beliefs are emotional as well. It's dreamy, it's dreamy communication. And it's in harmony with Pluto and that transformation that wants to take place for you in your relationships. And vice versa, for your relationships, transforming your beliefs as well, and the way you communicate about those beliefs. Now moving to your third house, Mercury is entering Aries, your 10th house. Now this is huge because you just came from that transformative period with your beliefs and your relationships. And this is looking very auspicious for you because after a transformation, many times we are set for our higher goals. And this looks like you. Your Mercury is entering Aries. Mercury loves Aries. It's really doing well in Aries, and it likes to move fast. It likes to take action in Aries. So this is really good for you in your career goals, your higher aspirations. So all systems go for you, Cancer. This is awesome. Now on the 6th, Venus in Aries is in your 10th house, of course, Aries, and it's adding to all this commotion for you in your career, in your higher goals and aspirations, and sextiling Mars in Gemini in your 12th house. So not only are you getting this boost in career with Venus, there's the planet of love, and it's one of the benefic planets. It's also sextiling Mars in Gemini, and there's more action here coming from your house of spirituality, your house of inner things for you, the house that beckons before the revelation of life is the 12th house. So there's action beckoning for you into your career, and it's looking very good for you. This action can come from a spiritual place. You're communicating spiritually from a spiritual place, and it's breathing air into your career. This is very fabulous for you, my dear Cancer. After that, on the 9th, we have Mars in Gemini in your 12th house, squaring Neptune and Pisces in your ninth. What do we do when we have this a square? When we've had so many sextiles or in a month, I really believe that this is very helpful because squares many times they get things done. Pretty much, the square is it it urges you to action. It gets you to move. Um, it's not always the most comfortable, but it's like you have to get up in the morning, to get anything done. So with the sextiles that are helping you and the squares that are getting you up, this is looking really good. And there's something here that's happening between your 12th and your ninth. So something something within your inner world, your inner psyche, or your your peaceful place, or something in your spiritual life is nudging you. It could be even an intuitive nudge to change a belief, change or shake up something you're learning, a learning process you're having, or you're relearning something based on a new spiritual input that you're getting, whether it's intuitive from within or it's something you're learning. There is a dialogue here between your beliefs and your spirituality. So, where in your life are you learning? There's a aspect of action here with Mars in your 12th, and it's communicating. You know, it's nudging you and your beliefs, which are, it's nudging Neptune, which is very dreamy and very, has many illusions. It's nudging your beliefs there to change in some way, and that looks in this month to activate you towards more action and towards a more prosperous life. Now, the very next day on the 10th, Mercury in Aries in your 10th house is sextiling Saturn in Aquarius in your 8th. Mercury in Aries, like I said, it's very action-oriented, communication for your career life, and it's an helpful aspect and pretty free-flowing aspect with Saturn and Aquarius in your 8th. Saturn and Aquarius in your 8th is, this planet that is somehow restricting, and sometimes restrictions are needed and they're good, in order for us to have some boundary with which to learn. And this is how I see this in your 8th house. You are learning, you're learning boundaries with these 8th house matters. It could be, and it's not only boundaries, you could be learning discipline with maybe you have some underlying debt, or you have, it's also the house of transformation. Sometimes there are darker matters that we deal with within ourselves, or it's also other people's resources. So where are you disciplining yourself with other people's resources? And having to do with your 10th house in sextile with it, there's a big help here. So your career, now that I see the bigger picture, your career is communicating in a very active way to resolve maybe either money owed to you or money owed to someone else, and it's being resolved in a beautiful way and transformed. So this is really a positive thing for you, Cancer. Now on the 11th, to boot with all this commotion in your 10th house, there's a new moon in Aries. Again, your career is taking off, your goals, your higher aspirations. A new moon is a beautiful time to plant new seeds, new ideas, new actions, towards your career, your higher aspirations. So this is a wonderful time to start those things that you were thinking of. Um, this is such a great thing for you, Cancer, and I'm so happy for you guys. Let's continue on the same day. Venus in Aries in your 10th house is squaring Pluto and Capricorn in your 7th. Now you think, wow, new moon, this is so auspicious, and then you see a square. Well, sometimes you need a little friction to get those seeds to germinate. That's what I see here. Because even think of pine cones, they don't germinate until there's a little bit of friction in the form of a fire there. Not saying that that's going to happen in your life. I'm saying that the friction that the square brings, the get up and go, the nudge that you're getting here is going to help those new ideas and new dreams you're setting forth for your career, your higher aspirations, to take root and to grow. So this is wonderful, and Venus is there. So even if it's a square, it's a loving nudge in your 10th house, and it's nudging your house of relationships too. So there's something there. There's something that needs to be transformed within your relationships, or your relationships, vice versa, are transforming something for your career. And again, in a loving way. Anytime Venus is involved, there's more benevolence. There's more of a helping hand. So again, I see this really helping your career, your relationships. There's this theme with relationships working in tandem to help you with your career. Now, on the 13th, we have the Sun in Aries in your 10th house, and it's sextiling Mars and Gemini in your 12th. Sun in Aries in again, it's supercharging that house, that higher aspirations, that goals, that climbing the mountain house. This is really, I see it all over your reading this time for this month. It's like career. Now the Sun is giving you that energy. The Sun in Aries isn't weak by any means. So you have a lot of vitality here for your career. And just to help it out, it's sextiling. All this vital energy in that 10th house is giving you a helping hand for your 12th house, for your spiritual life, for your inner life, for your meditative life, for all those things you do, like when no one's watching too. Like it's all helping. It's all giving it a beautiful light. So I see that these achievements, these positive helping nuances in your career are nurturing your inner life as well in a very active way, with Mars and Gemini there. So on the 14th, Venus is entering Taurus in your 11th house. So we're moving a little bit from the career and higher aspirations to your 11th house. Now, some people do have their midhaven in their 11th house. So this is like a culminating point for some people where all the actions you were taking for your career, they're bearing fruit here and people are seeing it. But either way, the 11th house has to do with larger groups, your friends, your community, organizations, and social media in this day and age. And Venus being there is giving everything a beautiful light. This would be a good time to put content out. And it's with Venus there, it'll be more than not very well received. And anything you do with groups as well, and all your friends will be well received as well. Now on the 15th, the Sun in Aries, again, is just doing so much good in this 10th house. It's sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius, and Jupiter in Aquarius in your 8th house. So you're getting, again, your career vitality, your higher aspirations, the passion in your life is having a positive effect on Jupiter, the great benefic in Aquarius in your 8th house. So this transformation that was going on earlier in this eighth house, it is now really expanding and really healing you. This is a wonderful thing. And then the healing in turn is going over to your 10th house and probably giving you even more energy to reach those goals, Cancer. So this is very beautiful. Now, mid-month, around the mid-month 16th, the sun in Aries again, with all that beautiful vitality, is making a square with Pluto in Capricorn in your 7th. I see this dance, between other people's resources, relations with other people, and there's upward movement. But with any upward movement and growth, there's a little bit of trying, I would say. So, yeah, this vitality is allowing you to work through this rejuvenation, this transformation with your relationships in a very deep way. And you could be bringing things up, but it's a really good thing because right after, the next day on the 17th, Mars in Gemini, which is there's action in that 12th house, so something's happening spiritually around this time, and it's trining Jupiter and Aquarius in your 8th. So again, there we go, relationships, other people's resources. I just see this whole relationship thing. You're having action in that spiritual realm, in that intuitive. You're having an intuitive nudge, especially with the trine there. Could be like an intuitive flash, insight, and it's really in a good aspect with that 8th house. So you could even be receiving something from a spiritual place that is enabling you to pay off. Maybe it's something with another relationship, or it has to do with maybe money owed to you or money that you owed, and these new spiritual insights and illuminations are allowing you to do that in a beautiful, loving, great way. That's going to really benefit you, because once you do it, it's going to help everything, your spirituality, your career, where on the same day again we have Mercury in Aries in your 10th house. Again, career, I can already see that it's all working together in tandem. We have Mercury in Aries in your 10th house sextiling Jupiter in Aquarius in your 8th. So you're getting more help for this 8th house of resources, other people's resources, also any issues that you've had in the past, traumas as well. 8th house can rule some traumas. You're getting a lot of help from your career, the communication in your career. It's doing a lot of work for those deeper areas of your life. And it's the house of transformation, so you're transforming through it. Now, on the 17th again, Mercury in Aries in your 10th is sextiling Mars in Gemini in your 12th. Again, another aspect of career, and it's also benefiting Mars in Gemini in your 12th. So your actions towards your spirituality are getting a lot of help from all this career vitality, all this career communication, all this stimulation for your career is helping a lot of different areas of your life. And I see this, there's this dance between spirituality and trauma, spirituality and maybe relationships with other people and things they owe to you, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, whatever, to work through that trauma, and it's getting worked out, and it's really helping you move forward in your career, in your higher aspirations, in your goals. Now on the 19th, the Sun and Mercury are entering Taurus in your 11th house. So we're moving on to, you're having fun, you've worked through some things, you're gaining ground in your career and everything, and now it's time to hang out maybe with friends or with a larger group of people. I mean, all within safety regulations, which is very important. And it could be online. It could just be having a good time with people online through any of those applications where you meet other people. And it's going very well. There's a lot of vitality, a lot of good communication. And so on the 22nd, we have Venus in Taurus, conjuncting Uranus in Taurus in the 11th house. So we have this kind of, the conjunction is two planets coming together. You could say overlapping with their energies. So Venus in Taurus, loving, it's in its home. It loves to be there. And it's conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, who has been there for years, a few years now. And it is the planet of revolution, of changing things up, of electricity. So here, we have in your 11th house with your groups and your social media and all that, there's something you're doing. It's beautiful, it's looking good, but you're doing it in like a really different way. You're not like doing it the same as you've done it before. And so on the 23rd, Mars is entering Cancer in your first house. Hey, this is Mars in your first house. This is the house of you, your person, your personality, your body, your presentation to the world. You're gonna be a lot more energetic. I'm having Mars in my sign as we speak, and it's giving me a lot of extra energy. I'm just like, go, go, go. You're probably going to have a lot of this during this time. So, use the energy efficiently if you can. Sometimes if it gets pent up and you're not using it for exercise or for being productive, it can manifest a little bit, you can get a little bit angry or frustrated. So, go with the flow with Mars and be productive, do something, work out. This is really great for all that. So on the 24th, wrapping up the month, pretty close here, we have Mercury in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus in the 11th. Again, communication, revolutionary communication with your friends, with your social media, your organizations. This is also the house of gains. So we're having like all this loving communication in new ways that's going to benefit you, and probably it could bring you gains as well, whether it's monetary or it's just friendships and things like that. It's all really good and very can be resourceful for you as well. So on the 25th, Mercury in Taurus in your 11th again, there is a square between Mercury in Taurus in your 11th and Saturn in Aquarius in your 8th. So again, we are continuing to work through any trauma or any maybe something that you're dealing with other people and other people's resources. And I'm just seeing that it's upward movement. It looks like there's this dance that's wanting to get you completely out of that rut, completely transformed, and to help you as well with your friends, your groups, and to move you on your career path with social media, possibly playing a part in that, and really transforming you. And again, on the 25th, Mercury in Taurus is squaring Jupiter as well in your 8th house in Aquarius. So this is big transformation. This is a lot of work with that 8th house, and you could be coming out of so many issues that you're dealing with and being way stronger because of it. So on the 25th, Mercury in Taurus conjunct Venus in Taurus in your 11th house. Great. This is a conjunction between Mercury and Venus. This is considered very favorable, and it's in your 11th house, so you're getting a lot of help with that, with those friends or through online activities, and you're communicating in a very beneficial way, or someone is communicating in a very beneficial way for you. And Mercury is also business, it's commerce, it's things like that as well, interactions of those types. And Venus is value, so in some way you're gaining value. Now on the 26th, the full moon is in Scorpio in your 5th house. this is really strong for you for creativity. You guys, as Cancers, approach creativity as a whole in a very passionate way, in a very, you could even say intense. You're very, it's a big deal for you guys. And the full moon there is going to really bring things to a culmination. So, full moons, you could be really putting something out there. You could be, if you're a musician, you're going to be putting, if you're writing a song, you're going to be doing it with the most passion during this time. And just make sure with that, to get your rest beforehand and just go all out. If you are, whatever you're doing with your creative endeavors, it's going to bring everything up and forward and out. And with that, you guys can see clearly what creative things you're doing that are really helpful. And if there's any that aren't, they all get sorted out during the full moon. So this is really great for you. And it's also, fifth house is also dating life. You could be really feeling that energy to do that as well with that full moon. Now on the 27th, Pluto is going retrograde in Capricorn just a day later in your 7th house. So going from the ruler of your 5th house is going retrograde in Capricorn in your 7th. So intense times for relationships, very passionate. Intensity doesn't have to be, it's not bad. It can be very passionate and very playful, especially with that 5th house there, activation coming from there. It's looking like it's just passion, and or highly creative moments for you guys. But with the 7th house, it's in relationships. So yeah, you're using your creativity and passion in relationships there. Now on the 29th, Mercury in Taurus in your 11th house is sextiling. That's so good. We're having another beneficial, wonderful, free-flowing aspect. Mercury in Taurus in your 11th house, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in your 9th. Okay, so we have communication coming from friends, organizations, or could be online, and it's communicating with you, speaking to you in a dreamy way because Neptune is there in Pisces in your 9th house, and it's convincing that planet to also convince you to continue to grow in your beliefs of, or something that you're learning during this time in a deep way. This is really good as well. I can see it feels very healing. So on the 30th, we have the Sun, full of vitality, in Taurus, conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. So this is a lot of energy, a lot of, electricity. You could be, at the end of the month, you could really be very excited to do something with your friends online. It could also be a big gain that you're having during this time. So all in all, I see this month being very beneficial for career, for community, for your friends, and working through some traumas and really gaining ground on them because it's helping your career and everything. It's all working in synergy for you, Cancer. And I'm really proud of you because, for anyone, it hasn't been easy, but I just feel like it's been a little bit tougher on some of the cardinal signs, which would be Cancer, Aries, and Libra. So I'm really happy that you guys are feeling the healing energies and you're really achieving things for yourself. So with that, I would like to wish you an amazing April. Your season's coming up soon enough, and I just wish you guys all the best for April and then the rest of the year. Again, I hope to see you for next month's readings with Gift of Astrogab. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. And have a really wonderful beginning of spring. Take care.